Now, what is the challenge with simple logistics? What is the challenge that SAP is facing? Why not just rewrite all the code and then simplify things? Here is the deal. R3 or ERP as we know it, ECC 6.0 or EHP6, EHP10, whatever enhancement pack. I said started in 1992 as R3 and has been evolving until 2015. That was like 12 to 13 years. So millions of lines of code has already been written. For example, sales order create. That's probably 100 or 200,000 lines of code. It's a lot. And that code has been written with the old database model. The model where you have a set of base tables. For sales order, you have VBAK, VBAP, VBUP, status tables, header tables, line item tables. And then a whole bunch of aggregate tables, 30, 40, 50, I don't know how many. Same thing with purchase order, same thing with transfer order, same thing with customer master, same thing with all the different apps. And now they're coming up with a simpler model, S4 HANA, which has simplified database model, which means removal of aggregates, removal of indexes. This is a simplified database with no aggregates. To put things in perspective, let me give you an example. Now we know HANA database is say 1,000 times faster than the traditional database. What about all the million lines of code that are already written with the old database model? How do you make that work in the new database and the new paradigm? Paradigm has changed. It's simplified now. No aggregates, no indexes. But these million lines of codes are built with reading and writing to these aggregates. So to put things in perspective, imagine trains. A train with tracks, right? The tracks can take 100 miles per hour. The engine and bogies are built with to withstand say 100 miles per hour journey. Imagine that's the traditional ERP. And in the new world, the heart of the railway engine, the actual electric or diesel engine, imagine that runs 10 times, just to keep things simple. Not 1,000 times, just 10 times. So this engine can only run at 100 miles per hour, but this engine, the new HANA database, can run at 1,000 miles per hour now. 100 multiplied by 10 is 1,000. You got a jet engine that runs at 1,000 miles per hour and ready to be fitted on a railway engine. What happens? Can the train now run at 100 miles per hour? Not really, right? The tracks don't support 100 miles per hour. The engine's body or chassis does not support 100 miles per hour. And there are hundreds of thousands of bogies across the country that are built only to run at 100 miles per hour. Compare that to the millions of lines of code in the existing apps: sales orders, purchase orders, transfer orders, production orders, customer master, vendor master. These are all apps built to run with the old model, aggregates, indices. So what happens to all those? Well, the hack that SAP has done is to create some of these aggregates as views. When these aggregates are created as views, as we have seen in some of the previous chapters, all these lines of code can now run with the new simplified model, but still it doesn't run at 1,000 miles per hour. It runs at say 500 miles per hour. with the hack. What is the hack? Simulation of aggregates. Think of this more like retrofitting the train's tracks or retrofitting the train's compartments. The train can definitely run faster, but that's not really the future. This is more or less like a temporary intermediary step.